family. My name is Vicki Dillard, and thank you so much for tuning into African Diaspora News Channel. Please make sure you give the video a big thumbs up and share. Let everybody know that your sister Vicki Dillard with the curly braids is on now. When you do that, beloved, you strengthen our collective voice, you inform others that we're here, and you make us a greater and more formidable force against the oppressive classist media apparatus. And media is warfare. It's a big tool in our pocket, and thank you so much for supporting us. Family, some months ago, I discussed the fact that the U.S. threatened to yank and evict Uganda, President Museveni's country, from this AGOA program, which is the Opportunity Act program, where the African Growth, I should make that clear, an Opportunity Act, AGOA, is a program, a trade program that's been going on for some years now with the United States and the African continent and some of its nations, where it's basically no tariffs for trading, right? And it has been of extraordinary benefit, really, to both, but certainly to the continent, jobs, money, and so forth, right? Well, now the United States decides it's going to up the ante. And it's not just anybody that made this announcement. Guess who made it? Listen. U.S. President Joe Biden said on Monday that he intends to end the participation of Gabon, Niger, Uganda, and the Central African Republic in the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA, trade program. Biden said he was taking the step because of, quote, gross violations. Pay attention to that very vague term. Gross violations of internationally recognized human rights by the Central African Republic and Uganda. He said he was taking these steps because of gross violations of internationally recognized human rights by the Central African Republic and Uganda. So specifically those two nations. But he said also he cited Niger and Gabon's failure to establish or make continual progress toward the protection of political pluralism and the rule of law. Family, whenever the United States uses such vague terms as gross violations of internationally recognized human rights. Remember when they came over there and President, for example, Museveni put the United States of America in her place when he roundly rejected the LGBTQ agenda there? He discussed the fact that he doesn't mess making America's decision to do whatever she wants, but you can't impose what he calls basically your moral imperialism onto other countries. This is a term that includes that, family. So the United States is ticked off that multiple African countries are not submitting to this social imperialism. That's a big part of this rejection. Notice he said gross violations of internationally recognized human rights. That's how they've been calling that LGBTQ agenda and so many other things as international rights, human rights. Shame on the United States. This is why America is upset with China and other countries that's doing business with the United States and Russia and others. Those countries don't come to the continent trying to impose social imperialism on it and social agendas. They're sitting there talking about trade routes, Belt and Road, and oil and gas and building nuclear facilities. They're talking about big. I said I sounded the alarm on this months ago, and I'm going to continue to sound the alarm. But this is a way to sanction and to punish nations when they don't do what the United States wants them to do, and that's a shame. Now, there's a larger thing that's at work, in my opinion, as well, and that is because so many nations, what they have called the global South, which is not the best term for that, but it pretty much encapsulates many of the nations that are working together, not only through BRICS and other global alliances. But when you don't do what America tells you to do, when America says jump and you don't say how high, she's already bitter about the global South blocks that are forming around the world. And America does not realize that she is just in further rebellion, hardening her heart, like some of us have heard the old Sunday school stories, Bible stories of Pharaoh hardening his heart. Every time Moses said, let my people go, every time there was one plague, Pharaoh continued to harden his heart. And we know how that story ends. It's going to be to your detriment to do that to the United States of America. We live here. We bring these things up because we're hoping that this country would do an assessment of its ways and course correct, but she refuses. There's a new world ruler that's raising up, and it's us. Yes, it's you. Those that consider to be nobodies, the least of these. Now is our time. And what's going to cause us to be ready to rule is our supernatural divine right to rule. There are sacred, forbidden, spiritual, metaphysical knowledge that's been hidden from you. NASA knows it, the Catholic Church knows, the Vatican knows, the United States knows it, multiple nations knows it. And sometimes you don't understand the reason why they mess making your countries, the reason why they keep up so much hell around the world is because they know a secret about you that you don't even know about yourself. And it's hidden in your royal DNA, it's hidden in your royal bloodline. I'm going to be talking about this and more along with the great mystic Rod Hayes on Sunday, November 12th. We had to change it from November 5th, Sunday, November 12th. Go to my website, save your seat today in order to save your entire bloodline. Go right now to VickiPlanet.com. That's VICKI planet.com and get the knowledge and the supernatural activations to take you to the next level to be the new world rulers. I can't wait to see you again.